Welcome back. When you work in an international office, what you say every day matters. A simple phrase can make a coworker glad to help you, or it can make them feel uncomfortable.
That is why today we are going to listen to a full day of conversations at work. You will hear Sarah and David handle 4 common situations, from morning chats to afternoon updates.
We will look at why some phrases work better than others, and how a small change in your words can make your day much easier.
By the end of this video, you will have clear sentences that you can use tomorrow to speak more easily. Let us listen to our first situation in the morning.
It is 9 a.m. Sarah is getting a cup of coffee in the office kitchen. David walks in. He looks a bit worried because a client just changed their morning plan. We can listen to how they talk about this sudden change.
Good morning, Sarah. Do you have a minute? I just got an email from the Western Group. They want to move our review meeting from 3 p.m. to 10 a.m. today.
Oh, that is in 1 hour. We still need to print the final sheets, right?
Yes, and I know you were busy with your morning report. I can ask them to keep the old time if it is too hard for us.
Well, they are already in the city, so we should just do it. I can finish my report after lunch. We can check the sheets together right now.
Thank you, Sarah. That makes me feel much better. We should go to the meeting room.
We can pause here and look at why this short conversation went so well. When David came to Sarah with a sudden change, he felt anxious. He knew Sarah was already busy. In a shared office, when plans change fast, people often get annoyed or say, "I cannot do this right now."
But notice what Sarah did. She did not complain about her busy morning. Instead, she said, "We should just do it. I can finish my report after lunch."
This is a very helpful way to speak. When you show that you can adapt, you make the other person feel safe. David felt supported because Sarah looked for a solution instead of focusing on the problem.
Now, we can think about how we can say this simply. If a coworker asks you to change a plan suddenly, you can say, "I can adjust my schedule for this." Or you can say, "We should handle this first, and I will finish my other work later."
These sentences show that you are a helpful teammate. They make people want to work with you again.
Now, what happens after this morning meeting? It is 11:30 a.m., and the team needs to sit down together to talk about the next steps. We can see how Sarah and David handle a disagreement during their upcoming team review. It is now 11:30 a.m. The morning meeting with the client ended successfully, but it brought some new requirements. Sarah and David are sitting in the break room with their laptops to review the project design. David has a new suggestion, but Sarah spots a major issue with the timeline. We can listen now.
Sarah, since the client wants the project ready 2 weeks earlier, I think we should skip the second round of internal testing. It saves time, and our first check was quite thorough anyway.
I see what you mean about saving time, David, but skipping that step makes me quite nervous. If a mistake slips through to the production stage, it might take us twice as long to fix it later.
True, but if we keep the testing phase, we will definitely miss the client's new date. We don't have enough hands for both.
Instead of cutting out the test entirely, what if we ask the development team to review only the core features this time? That way, we maintain our quality standard without delaying the launch.
Oh, I didn't think of that compromise. That actually sounds manageable and keeps our quality safe. I will talk to the team lead right away.
We can look closer at why this conversation went so well. Disagreements at work happen constantly, but how you phrase your disagreement changes everything. When David suggested cutting the testing phase, he was focused on meeting the deadline.
If Sarah had said, "No, that is a bad idea, we cannot do that," David would likely feel judged. When a person feels their idea is completely rejected, their mind often closes to new suggestions.
Look at Sarah's phrasing. She started with, "I see what you mean about saving time, but..." This acknowledges David's goal first. Then, instead of calling his idea wrong, she shared her own feeling. It makes me quite nervous.
This is a good way to talk at work. By talking about the risk and her professional worry, she kept the conversation calm. She then used a helpful question. What if we ask the team to review only the core features?
This shifts the focus from winning an argument to finding a new choice. She did not just say no, she offered a realistic option that balanced both time and quality.
When you want to disagree with a colleague's plan without creating tension, you can try these phrases. I understand your point about the timeline, though my main concern is the potential risk. Or you can propose, could we consider a middle ground where we adjust our plan instead?
These structures allow you to voice your doubts clearly while keeping the teamwork smooth and professional.
Now, the team has a solid plan for the project. However, the afternoon brings another challenge. It is 3 p.m. and Sarah faces an unexpected direct question from a senior director during a live presentation. We can see how she handles this pressure in our next part. It is 3 p.m. The project review meeting is happening now with a senior director from the international office. Sarah is sharing her updates when the director suddenly asks a difficult question about the budget details from 6 months ago. Sarah does not have those exact figures right now.
Sarah, your current plan for the core features sounds reasonable. However, I want to know how the costs from our previous phase compare to this new estimation. Can you give me the exact numbers now?
That is a very fair point. I want to ensure I provide you with the most accurate details. I do not have the complete historical data open right now, but I can check the archive files right after this meeting.
We need to approve this by tomorrow morning. How soon can we expect that data?
I can review the older documents and send a clear summary directly to your email within 2 hours. Will that work for you?
Yes, that works perfectly. Please send it before 5:30 p.m. so I can review it before the day ends.
When you face an unexpected question from a senior colleague, the pressure can feel overwhelming. Many people feel they must give an immediate answer, even if they are not sure. This can lead to sharing incorrect information, which hurts trust later on.
Sarah handled this moment professionally. She did not panic, and she did not guess. She openly admitted she did not have the figures, but she immediately followed up with a clear promise.
Saying, I want to ensure I provide you with the most accurate details shows that she cares about quality. It reframes the situation. It shows that she is being careful, not that she is unprepared.
She also gave a specific time. Instead of saying, I will send it soon, she said, within 2 hours. This gives the director peace of mind because they know exactly when the task will be finished.
To handle an unexpected question smoothly without guessing, try using this approach. I want to be absolutely sure about that information. Please allow me to look at the source files and follow up with you after our session.
You can also say, I can look into that specific aspect and have the answer in your inbox by the end of the afternoon.
These phrases show that you are responsible, calm, and fully capable of handling professional duties.
The meeting finishes on a positive note. Now, the clock shows 4:45 p.m. The workday is almost over, and we can look at how Sarah and David share the successful results with the team.
The clock shows 4:45 p.m. Sarah just finished sending the requested budget data to the director well before the deadline. David walks over to her desk. Both of them feel relieved after a productive day. They use these final minutes to look back at what they achieved.
Sarah, I saw the email you sent over to the director. The data breakdown was incredibly clear. Thank you for stepping in and putting that together so quickly.
Thank you, David. I appreciate your words. Honestly, your suggestion in our earlier discussion to focus only on the core features made the whole report much easier to explain.
We really managed to handle all the sudden updates today. The client seems very happy with our new timeline.
They certainly do. I am glad we worked through those adjustments together. Enjoy your evening, David. You earned it.
Thanks, Sarah. Have a wonderful night. See you tomorrow morning.
Showing appreciation at the end of a busy day is a great habit in an international workplace. When people work hard under a tight schedule, they want to know that their teammates notice their efforts.
David did a wonderful job here. He did not just say a general good job. He was specific. He mentioned the email and how quickly Sarah worked. A specific compliment always feels much more meaningful.
Notice how Sarah replied. She accepted the compliment with a thank you, but she also shared the credit. She pointed out that David's idea during lunch was what made the afternoon presentation successful.
This way of speaking creates a very supportive environment. It makes coworkers feel appreciated and respected, which helps future work go even better.
When you want to thank a colleague specifically at the end of a project, these phrases are very useful. Thank you for your help with the report today. Your input made a noticeable difference.
Or you can say, I really appreciate how you handled that client question earlier. It helped the whole team move forward.
These expressions show that you are observant, kind, and a wonderful professional to work alongside.
A successful day comes to an end. Now, before we finish, we can bring together the most useful sentences we heard today so you can repeat them and use them yourself. Welcome to the practice section. We gathered some great phrases from today's situations for you to practice. First, you will hear a phrase, and then it will be repeated once more. Listen closely and speak out loud with us.
Here is the phrase from our morning situation about managing sudden updates.
We should handle this first, and I will finish my other work later.
We should handle this first, and I will finish my other work later.
Excellent. Now, here is the phrase from our second situation about explaining a professional doubt.
I understand your point about the timeline, though my main concern is the potential risk.
I understand your point about the timeline, though my main concern is the potential risk.
Wonderful! Moving on to our third phrase about responding under pressure without guessing.
I want to be absolutely sure about that information. Please allow me to look at the source files and follow up with you after our session.
I want to be absolutely sure about that information. Please allow me to look at the source files and follow up with you after our session.
Brilliant. And here is our final phrase from the afternoon about sharing specific credit with a teammate.
I really appreciate how you handled that client question earlier. It helped the whole team move forward.
I really appreciate how you handled that client question earlier. It helped the whole team move forward.
You did a wonderful job practicing these workplace conversations today. Speaking naturally in a professional environment comes down to picking phrases that show clarity, respect, and a helpful mindset.
If you found these practical examples helpful for your daily routine, please subscribe to follow our upcoming lessons.
Which of the 4 situations do you face the most in your own workplace? Please share your thoughts with us in the comment section below.
Thank you for listening and practicing alongside us today. Have a productive day at work, and see you next time.
Goodbye.